Canada is home to an extremely large number of stunning lakes. In my heart, I consider it the most beautiful place in the world, as I was born there and spent the first 4 years of my life living in the wonderful province of Ontario. One of the many things that I enjoy doing the most whenever I visit Canada in the summer is to go and visit the many quiet and peaceful lakes of Oakville, which is my hometown in the province of Ontario. Almost 9% of the country is covered by fresh water. That's 891,163 square kilometers. For a long time, I've wanted to visit and explore one of the 5 largest lakes of Canada, the Great Lakes. These largest bodies of fresh water that provide the most drinking water in Canada are Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. They contain roughly 18% of the world's supply of fresh surface water and 84% of North America's supply. Unfortunately, these 5 fabulous lakes have been severely polluted. It is a commonly held belief that water is capable of weakening toxic substances up until the point at which the toxins are harmless. Therefore, since 1970, the rates of pollution in the Great Lakes have been rapidly increasing due to the strong need of having to get rid of the various toxic substances by attempting to weaken them, or, in other words, dumping them into the Great Lakes. Once the toxins are dumped into the Great Lakes, they do not just become weaker or degrade. They instead flow all the way down the lakes and then start to contaminate the waters. These toxic substances and other waste materials that are dumped into the Great Lakes are done with the help of trucks and sewage pipes. The overall outcome of this terrible pollution has been a total of over 34 million pounds of known developmental toxins and 362 different contaminants to have been released by 1,834 facilities into the Great Lakes Basin. Due to the increase of pollution in the Great Lakes since 1970, the effects on the environment have been absolutely devastating. Beautiful aquatic life, such as fish, are being poisoned and killed by the harmful toxins, and human beings are being infected with dozens of health problems, such as typhoid fever, gastrointestinal diseases, and parasite infestations. These dreadful illnesses and diseases specifically happen to those who drink this contaminated water, as well as to those who go fishing and unintentionally catch the poisoned fish. Luckily, in 2012, the Canadian Minister of the Environment, Mr. Peter Kent, decided that this dangerous pollution needed to stop. Therefore, on September 7, 2012, Canadian Ambassador David Jacobson granted permission for Mr. Kent and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Administrator, Lisa J. Kent, to sign the amended Great Lakes Water Quality Agreement. Ambassador Jacobson and Mr. Kent both strongly believe that the purpose of the agreement is to restore and maintain the chemical, physical, and biological integrity of the waters. Since the signing of the agreement on September 7th, the work to restore the Great Lakes to their former beautiful selves have been massive. Many local governments, organizations, groups, and individuals are fully engaged and working together on activities and plans to protect the Great Lakes from pollution. These groups are entirely focused on cleaning out the waste from the Great Lakes, as well as banning any form of pollution or harm that is to be caused to the lakes. This has been the story of an environmental success, because Mr. Kent believes that the amended agreement sets out a shared vision for a healthy and prosperous Great Lakes region in which the waters of the Great Lakes must enhance the livelihoods of present and future generations of both Americans and Canadians. As for me, hopefully, someday, when this environmental problem is solved, I will be able to visit one of these beautiful lakes for the first time of my life.